Thank you once again. Really, since the expression of gratitude, it's so good that many of you took part in this, truly took part in this forum, in this seminar. It's so important, and many of you stopped at that, saying that this title, the title of this forum, In Search of Lost Universalism, whether it's the right thing or no, it's probably right or wrong, like everything in human deliberation. What did we mean? What we meant is that we would not come up with some countries or, say, civilizations that, like, I suppose, in Huntington Course, Clash of Civilization, very much like journalists would use this word. But we meant something very different here. How can we find in this new complexity, because the world is always complex. It's never easy to live in this world. It's never anything simple. It's always something difficult, and once you come to grasp it all, then the horizon of complexity seems to again move away from you and remains as complex as it was before. What we meant is that, where do you stand here? What we meant is that, how can you return towards oneself? How to feel where your own strength lies? How can we discuss the complexity of life? We meet in person, and this is what it stands for me. How I personally, it's not anybody else, how I personally shall live with this, given this complexity of life. This is what this seminar is about. It's not about saying that something beyond is just complexity of life. We can economically, politically, sociologically, whatever, psychologically, in whichever way we choose, we may describe it in terms of these sciences, and that is right. But the important thing, not to lose oneself, how to find oneself there. And what we were saying before is that we were born free so that we could be held responsible for our own freedom, and so that we could practice it. So that where we practice it, we could remain free, only limited by the law, but we've realized that at a certain position there is, this is the place where we see where the freedom of somebody else starts. And this is where I personally make all it takes to make sure that I should establish this contact with the freedom of somebody else. Or I need to stop at that. Freedom, we are humans. We are humans because we are free. And nothing else can, as I see it, it's nothing that can make us so specific. We are the ones that are responsible for our freedom. We even, it is embodied in the law. That's why we wish to see the rule of law state, and where it is more or less, well, limited, and we perfectly have understanding there's no such thing as happiness in this earth, but it's not there in the sky, in heavens either. That our life takes place here and now. That life will be a success depending on how responsible. There's nothing new in this world apart from new technologies. Nothing much has changed here. The world is the same. And we are, there's only one thing on offer for us. It's to become and be free and strong. If we are at a loss, then we are discussing it. We find each other and we try to become stronger again. And as I'm wrapping up, I'd like to say that I would like to once again repeat, many of you have heard this quotation, but for those who have heard it, I would like to repeat it again. and those of you who haven't heard it, then it will be the first time for you to hear it. Once, 2,000 years ago, Seneca said, "Today, the harvest is poor, but it's time to sow tomorrow, and we must continue living as people who are free, who understand, who seek to understand this world." It's hard for us, but there's no other choice. Thank you.